Alright you guys, welcome back to another deck video. Today is the moment most of you have all been waiting for. It's Palkia Dialga Legend. This deck has a lot of people really hyped up about what it can do, and everyone's been asking for the list. And today you are finally going to be graced. Hopefully I can do it justice by explaining it well enough for you. I am a little bit under the weather, so hopefully I will actually take the time instead of subconsciously trying to rush through this deck list. So, it does revolve around Palkia Dialga. It does have two good attacks, if you don't know what they do. The first one has Sudden Delete. Water, 2 colorless. You can take one of your opponent's Pokemon and put it back into their hand. It's as simple as that. Can be used in a variety of different ways. If they don't have broken time space, you can start picking off some of their support Pokemon, or some of their attackers, or that sort of thing. But the real reason that we play this deck is for time control. For 2 metals on the colorless, you discard all metals attached, and you take the top 2 cards of their deck and put them into their prizes, making them have 10 prizes, 12 prizes, 14, you keep going up. So, you can build it as kind of a mill deck, so where you get so many cards into your opponent's prizes, if they're not taking stuff, slow them down by, constantly de-evolving their stuff with Porygon Z, or switching their stuff with Imposter Express or Invention. But the real reason is you put a whole bunch of prizes over there, and then when their deck gets low, you end them, and they have to draw like 20-something odd cards, and it gets kind of crazy. It also stalls out the game quite a bit because they're going to have to keep taking prizes, and you're going to try to put more prizes over there. The game takes a really long time with this, so just a fair warning there. Maybe asking yourself, how do you keep the metal energies on time control? We do play Heatran level X. It's got Heat Wave, so if you discard those 2 metal energies, you just get to attach them right back when having Heatran up. So it's very important to have this up so you can keep time controlling over and over and over again. And the more you do it, this does give up 2 prizes when it gets knocked out. So you want to have at least 2 time controls per Palkia Dialga life. If you do that, you will eventually just win outright by starving their resources by putting them all into the discard pile. We also play a 2-2 Bronzong line. We do play the Bronzong that accelerates metal energies to help you charge up Palkia Dialga quicker. And we also play the Bronzong from, I think it's Triumphant. Helps you get out the 2 legend pieces into your hand. Never really used it a whole bunch. Probably could be cut for just a 2-1 line, and this could probably go for the break. Just go 2-1-1 break line. I think that would be, honestly, a little bit better. But if you're worried about searching it out, which you shouldn't be because there's plenty of search, then you can keep that Bronzong. But the real star of the deck is this Cobalion from Steam Siege. If you don't know what Cobalion does, is that it does 30 damage for each prize card your opponent's taken. Well, in Standard, there's a limited amount of prize cards left, besides the new Guzzlord GX, I guess, right? I think that's the one it is. It's not Guzzlord, it's something else that adds prizes. But there's no way to add prizes, so this is always going to do a set amount of damage. But since you're adding so many prizes, and they're taking them, Cobalion's damage is just going to keep going up and up and up and up, eventually hitting upwards of like 300, 400, maybe even 500 damage after they've taken. So Cobalion is just going to be able to sweep their board. It's very easy to keep Cobalion attacking, because you play the Metal Link's Cobalion, or Metal Link's Bronzong, to keep Revenge Blast going, as well as plenty of recovery cards, because you have to play a lot of recovery cards for Palkia Dialga Legend. So Revenge Blast is actually the real star of the game. It's going to sweep all 8 of your prizes, hopefully slowing down your opponent enough with Palkia Dialga. Or, if you're really close to milling them, you can keep Palkia Dialgaing and then end them to finally mill them out of a game. So you kind of can pivot off of mill versus stall versus a really aggressive prize taking with just Cobalion over and over. So you got a lot of options. We're going to go ahead and look at some of the support stuff behind the deck. We do play 1 Guard Unknown to keep Palkia Dialga from getting taken out by Machamp. Also just to keep it kind of healthy against those poison decks, those sleep decks. It's just kind of a way to keep it from getting one-shot. You're going to play Shaman to accelerate any energies that are already attached to your Pokemon. It just kind of helps. It's really hard to charge up Palkia Dialga in 1 turn. You have to let it sit, and then you Metal Links to it, and then you attach manually, and you still can't attack. So Shaman helps it if you need to attack right away. We're also going to play a 3-1 Aerodactyl line. The reason being is because once you get all of your support Pokemon, you can Aerodactyl to hopefully slow your opponent down. Mysterious Fossil is also a good way to stall. If you don't have anything set up, you can push those up there. And if they can't find a Lysander or Escape Rope, they're going to have to attack into no prizes. Support Pokemon are all going to kind of look... it's going to be all the same. There's going to be one little difference here. You're going to play a 1-1 Claydol line, a 2-2-1 Porygon Z line, you're playing Aerodactyl. Just kind of makes sense to play Porygon Z. Also, a little extra disruption, never hurt anybody. Lapras, Uxie, and Dunsparce, we are not playing Spiritomb because the only evolutions you really have are, you're going to wait to set up anyways. You don't need to item lock them out of stuff. Item locking also really doesn't guarantee you the Palkia Dialga. So you could put it in if you're really concerned about just item locking in general against like donk decks or just stuff that struggles against item lock. You can totally play it, but you don't need to, is what I would say. So just looking for spaces in the deck list. If you want to play the Dunsparce, a perfect way to get rid of something would be get rid of the Bronzong from Triumphant and put in Spiritomb. That'd be the easiest switch across there. Supporters. Here we go. Roseanne's Research, a good searching card there. Karina, Bebe's, Collector, and Skyla, all standard stuff there. We're going to play both Juniper and Sycamore for draw power, both Rockets and N, because they're very important in this deck when your opponent gets a lot of prizes. Copycat and Colress, Lookers, and Oak's New Theory, all for shuffle draw, trying to get some extra cards out of here. AZ, Lysander, and Guzma, all for switching. Teammates and Mallow for your draw 2 cards. Now, Mallow actually becomes a little bit more powerful in a deck like this because what you can do is if you know the card Legend Box, which I'll show you in a second, it takes the top 10 cards. If you find 2 halves of Legend Piece, you put them out and attach all the energies. You can Mallow both halves of the Legend Piece on top and then Legend Box to guarantee an energy attachment. Oh no, to guarantee them both out plus maybe an energy attachment, hopefully, and charge it up in 1 turn that way. If you're really worried about finding a 1 Mallow, you can play Mallow and Oracle. This list doesn't, but I would recommend playing both Mallow and Oracle. Marley's Request and Trump Card for Recovery, and then Hex Maniac, pretty staple stuff there. This supporter line is very standard. Like I said, I think I would consider playing the Mallow the Oracle as well as the Mallow, just for that little extra consistency on Legend Box. But you find the Legend Piece easy enough without Legend Box, so not a big deal there. Moving on here, searching cards, we have Computer Search, Swoop Teleporter, Ultra Ball, P-Com, Level Ball, Luxury Ball, Evo Soda. We're also going to play Heavy Ball. Heavy Ball does get the lower half of the Legend. You have to play the Legend by getting both halves in your hand at a time. So just being able to more Surge is great. It just gets the bottom half. Dive Ball only gets the top half because the bottom half doesn't technically have a type. So bottom half, top half, there's those 2 for you. Legend Box, like I said, take the top 10 cards, throw your Legend down. And then Level Max to help search out your Heatran a little bit easier. You could play Premier Ball if you wanted to, but it is kind of hard to get that Heatran in the active. So Level Max is just a way to guarantee it on the bench and try to get it that way. Draw cards, we're going to have Oak, Wrath, and Erica, as well as Bill, Pokédex, and Acrobike. You kind of want to draw through your deck trying to find those both halves of the Legend Piece to kind of get set up that way. Like I said, we do play a lot of Recovery, so we're going to play Rescue Stretcher, Pokemon Retriever, and Time and Space Distortion for when your Palkia Dialga goes down. Time and Space Distortion is your best recovery option because if you hit 2 of your heads, you instantly just have your Palkia Dialga right back out. You don't need to hit another one. Versus Seeker and Palpad, Item Finder, and Junk Arm. Super Rod is also in the deck to recover some of your basic energies. Escape Rope and Scoop Up for switching options. Battle Compressor to get metal energies into your discard pile for Bronzong, and then Imposter's Invention and Windstorm to round out your items. So if you notice about the items, the common theme is just a little bit extra search and a little bit extra recovery, so you can keep your Palkia Dialga flowing. Moving on to stadiums now. We're going to have Skyfield. The bench space does become a big issue with this deck. It's very hard to manage your bench resources. So Skyfield is just kind of a way to alleviate that. And we're also going to play Steel Shelter to keep your Palkia Dialga healthy from all those crazy special conditions. And then Indigo Plateau keeps your Palkia Dialga gets extra 30 HP and can be helpful in certain situations. You notice there is no broken time space because the deck doesn't need to go fast. You can kind of sit back and wait since you're adding prizes to them anyways. Fluffy Berry and Floatstone. Easier way to get your Heatran level X out. You promote Heatran level X it, and then retreat it. Both of those is very necessary. Focus Band to keep your Palkia Dialga healthy and on the field with a coin flip. And then Rescue Scarf to, if your Palkia Dialga does die, it can go straight back to your hand with Rescue Scarf. So you can just play it right back down. Elite Four plus A-Spec. No reason to not play all 4 of these. Or a Dowsing Machine. Be careful when you play Goop and attack with Palkia Dialga because your Heatran gets shut off, so you do discard those 2 metal energies. You'll have to find a way to get them back. I would recommend an energy switch in this deck, now that I'm remembering it. Energy switch is a very, it's not needed, but it is a card that I would like to see in this deck, because there were some situations when I was playing it where energy switch would be way better than Shaman. So consider that as well. You're going to have Rescue Energy, Splash Energy, and 2 basic Water Energies. These are going to be your 3rd energy on your Palkia Dialga. If you have nothing but Metal Energies on there, you have to discard all the Metal Energies, and then Heatran level X only lets you keep 2 of them. So it's really important to have one of these 4 attached so that you're not constantly losing Metal Energies or having to attach from hand. And then you're going to have 3, 6, 8 Metal Energies, more than enough since Bronzong is going to be retrieving them back, and since they just kind of stay on your Palkia Dialga with Heatran level X on. So that's Palkia Dialga. If you guys have any questions on the deck, please let me know. I will warn you again, games take forever, so make sure your opponent is cool with game, like, hey dude, you want to play a 3-hour game of Pokemon? No thank you. Like, you gotta make sure that your opponent's cool with being miserable for the next 3.5 hours, as we definitely were for one of our games. So, yeah, if you have any questions, please let us know. If not, have a good one.